Hi and welcome to Northants Wargamers on the Road. My name's Barry and we're back at Warhammer World for the final. This match is between Hamish Chisholm Brown on the left playing Skarbrand and Dominic Elston on the right playing Gordrakk. We saw Hamish in the last round defeating Adam Binns in a Skarbrand mirror match, and in the other semi-final match Dominic defeated Strathlomond in a Gordrakk mirror. As you recall, we saw Strathlomond in the top 8 match when he defeated Rum Captain. Owen, the head of organised play for Play Fusion, is judging his final, and as we all know, his word is law, as if spoken by Sigmar himself. So the guys are just going through deployment. Hamish is going first. We have Skarbrand, Blood Reaver Chieftain, Blood Master Herald of Khorne, and another Blood Reaver Chieftain. And for Dominic we have an Orruk Boss, a second Orruk Boss, Gordrakk Fist of Gork, and a Riptooth Megaboss. And here we go. So Hamish kicks off with a Fearless Gordrakk doing the first quest on the Blood Reaver Chieftain. Gorslick Skull Reaper comes out doing the first quest on Skarbrand. So can't deploy because of the Fearless Gordrakk, so it stops Riptooth from doing anything. He's got a deadly chop, that Fearless Gordrakk, to get it out of the way first. So Savage Stickers going down. They're more useful when they're on a stack of 2. So 1 damage from the Fearless Gordrakk. Hamish is filling his hand, looking for those events for later on. Those Savage Stickers do nothing until next turn. So Dominic's also picking up 2. So 3 rend damage from the Gorslick Skull Reapers. And we have a Blood Fury Wrathmonger doing 2 damage. Third quest done for the Blood Reaver Chieftain. Hamish draws 1. So we've got 2 damage coming Hamish's way from those Savage Stickers. And 1 from the Grot Slashers. First quest completed on Riptooth Megaboss. Dominic draws, Hamish rotates, 2 damage, and then takes 1 himself. Blood Hunt on the Grot Slashers completes the quest, gets Outrageous Carnage, so does 4 damage, removes that Grot Slasher, and heals 1 with Blood Hunt. So he's trying to keep those stacks down, so Gordrakk can't just rotate everything easily. So Fanatical Skullfiend going in, 1 damage to himself. So 3 damage from those Savage Stickers. So a whole feast of cards there for Dominic. He's probably got a Rallying Cry by now. So you should expect him to start getting his stacks going. So Brute Smashers come out, 2 damage. Rotate the champion. Just tidying up with the stack, and Rallying Cry coming out, so the champion turns again. So we've got 2 more units coming out. So whether or not we're going to see another unit going onto that stack. So we've got a War Chanter, so he's got his extra action, so he's going to get his extra draw next turn. And there we go. Orruk Scrappers go down. We get the blessing, renewed Warlust, gain 4 health, draw 2 cards, fill up his hand again. Okay, so Hamish is doing 3 damage from the Fanatical Skullfiend, 2 damage from those Blood Fury Wrathmongers, and 1 to himself. 4 damage from those Orruk Scrappers, 1 extra action. So might see a card coming down and then 2 draw. Thing is, the Gordrakk player doesn't really want to just do chip damage against Skarbrand, because if he gets him below 10, then Hamish is really going to unleash with the extra damage that Skarbrand brings. So 2 damage from those Brute Smashers, rotates Riptooth. 2 more to go for him, and then he's done. Okay, rallying cry. So here we go. 2 units to go down. Whether or not he's going to put one onto the Brute Smasher. Then that will complete Riptooth's quest. Oh, not yet. Savage Stickers going down. Another Wild Chanter's going. So Riptooth will complete his quest in about 2 turns' time. 1 damage to himself from those Skull Fiends. So full board. Hamish draws 2. So lots to rotate this time. Okay, 4 actions, no damage. He's not got many cards, so he might just draw 4. There we go. Hamish's go. 3 damage from the Fanatical Skull Fiends. So Dominic's just going to really fill his hands with these Wild Chanters. That Auric Scrapper, he's basically on a 2 stack, so nothing else is going to go on that. Beatback's played just to fulfill the quest on Skarbrand. Hamish keeps his action. So Scorn of Sorcery. So Hamish has counted 9 damage there, but he's included the Scorn of Sorcery. So Dominic should actually be on 5. So it was a nice pull to get the hyper seed. So it's just being double checked. So 8 damage, there we go. So it's corrected. So good spot there. Insatiable Blood Reaver goes down, Insatiable Blood Reaver goes down and takes out the Fanatical Skull Reapers, dealing 2. So Dominic's on 3 health. So really, Gordrakk's going to have to do something. Otherwise, he could be losing here. So cruising for a bruising. So it's going to do 12 damage when 3 Orc units go. Hamish is sitting on 13. So it just takes the damage from those Auric Scrappers. So he's down to 9. So if Gordrakk spins, then Dominic has won the game. So Auric Scrappers go down. Gordrakk spins. 8 damage from the Auric Scrappers. And Mosh Pit to finish the game. 3 damage. There we go. So Gordrakk looked like he was in trouble, but Dominic pulled out the win. Well done, Dominic. He goes through 1 game up. So Hamish is going first. So we've got Blood Reaver Chieftain going into play. Across from that we get a Riptooth Mega Boss. Up the top we get an Auric Boss, so it looks like Dominic's deploying the same way. Hamish is deploying slightly differently. Blood Reaver Chieftain goes in, Skarbrand next to him. So it just depends where Gordrakk's going. So Dominic's got the same setup, Hamish is slightly different. And Hamish is going first. Hamish starts on 33 health. Dominic starts on 34. So, Fanatical Skull Fiend, we're all used to these by now. So 1 damage to Hamish, he draws a card. So we've got a Wild Chanter going in. And a Savage Stickers going in. So 2 quests completed for Dominic. 3 damage from the Fanatical Skull Fiends. Blood Fury Wrathmonger goes in, 2 damage, 1 damage to himself. So you see Hamish actually applies the card in text orders, so he waits for his opponent to take the damage and then he applies the 1 damage to himself afterwards. So Blood Hunt on that Wild Chanter, getting rid of that, gets himself 1 health. So he's trying to stop Dominic's extra actions, stop him from filling up his hand to deny Gordrakk his his spin really. So 2 damage from those Blood Fury Wrathmongers, 1 damage to himself, and then 1 damage from those Fanatical Skull Fiends. Fills his hand, and off he goes. Takes 2 damage from those Savage Stickers. So we've got a Mosh Pit coming out, so that's 3 damage. Hamish discards the top card of his deck. There we go. Gorslick Skull Reaper makes it to the bin. So just 1 more damage to do for Riptooth. So Hamish's plan to get rid of that War Chanter, but didn't work because Dominic had one. So 2 damage from the Wrathmonger, 3 damage from the Skull Fiends. And Hamish took 1 in return from the Wrathmonger. If he can somehow get rid of the Wrathmonger, its last stand will get rid of that War Chanter. So Reckless Abandon will do it. Or Death from Death. So we've got Fearless Gordrakks going in, 2 damage. Now Dominic can't deploy under Gordrakk. Draws a card. So we've got 3 damage from the Savage Stickers and 1 extra action. So there we go. It's Rip Tooth time. So we got 4 health back from Renewed Warlust and draws 2 cards. So he's got a whole host of cards. So whether or not he's pulled a rallying cry to start getting these stacks in. So this event was run using a new Play Fusion companion app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, why not? It has upcoming events on there, so you can sign up to them and then tell your boss that you're going. During an event itself, you can check to see who your opponent is for the round and your overall standing in it too. So I would well recommend that app. It's absolutely brilliant. So Dominic's doing a rallying cry. Here we go. So stacking up, we'll start in some new lanes. Can't deploy under Gordrakk because of those Fearless Gordrakks. So Savage Stickers going in. And he decides that he's not going to deploy anymore. So the choice is you may deploy up to 2. So he's just deployed once. And then draws 2 cards because he had 2 extra actions, or an extra action through that War Chanter. So Hamish does 1 damage with the Fearless Gordrakks. So Dominic's definitely building up his board. Hamish has to be careful because if he lets it get too big, then Gordrakk's come in. So Hamish may look quite safe being on 21 health, but when Gordrakk spins, we've all seen it, he's going to lose a ton of health. So 1 damage from the Transmogrifying Flamers. Nice alt art version, we saw that previously. Okay, Dominic's just passing his go, filling up his hand, looking for those rallying cries. Flamer does 1 damage. We've got a Demonic Fury going in, 2 damage to himself, 5 damage to Dominic. So Hamish is speeding up his go. Normally you would wait for Skarbrand to do more damage with that, but I think he's getting a bit concerned here. So Furious Strike going in, 4 damage. 4 damage from Spell Eater Curse, and then 4 damage from the Furious Strike. So this is going to put a pressure on Dominic. So it's not really where you want to be with 8 health sitting across from Chaos, because they've got some high burst damage stuff. So he's got a whole host of cards. It's whether or not he can slap something down and get Gordrakk spinning. Another War Chanter going in, so more extractions, more card draw. It's not really going to accelerate his play. Now, Hamish is only sitting on 2 cards, but Chaos are ever dangerous. So Brute Smashes go in, 2 damage on support 1. And an Oryx Shield Basher, so 1 damage. So it's going to negate 3. So it doesn't. So those flamers do nothing. So everything's got to come through this Blood Reaver Chieftain. There we go. So Fearless Gordrakks, 2 damage, puts Dominic down to 6. So 1 card left for Hamish. Demonic Fury. And we get Hyper Seed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 damage. Minus 3 is 5. And then Demonic Fury to finish him off. So Hamish is back in it. Well done, Hamish. 1 game apiece. So it's twitchy bum time. They're going into the last game. Hamish starts Bloodmaster, Herald of Khorne versus an Orruk boss and an Orruk boss at the top. So they've slightly got a slight different setup. Hamish lays his Blood Reaver Chieftain and Skarbrand. Gordrakk and Riptooth finish off Dominic's, and a Blood Reaver Chieftain finish off for Hamish. So I'm quite surprised Dominic wanted Hamish to go first. Chaos really like going first. So good luck, guys. Fearless Gordrakks go in, 2 damage to Dominic. Dominic can't deploy anything under the Riptooth Mega Boss. Fanatical Skullfiend goes in, 1 damage to himself. Dominic answers with a War Chanter, so extra actions coming his way, extra card draw. So the new OP, if guys want to join in, kicks off in War Games Workshop in Northampton on the 9th of March. So sign up to it. At the time of this recording, I think there's 18 people planning on attending, so it should be a really good day. So come down and join in. Okay, Hamish is getting rid of that War Chanter with Blood Hunt. It's pretty much going the same way as Game 2 at the minute. Similar cards coming out, similar strategies. So Deadly Chop for those Fearless Gordrakks opens up the lane for the Riptooth Mega Boss. 2 quests completed because that removal allows him to complete 2 quests. Rallying Cry, so looks like Riptooth's coming. Grot Slashers, let's see what's under Riptooth Mega Boss. And we have Growth of Duran, so quite an unusual card for Gordrakk. Every time he deploys, he's going to gain a health. So we've got an Orruk Scrapper going in and 1 health gained. Whether or not that's going to make a difference against Skarbrand's high damage ability, we shall see. So 3 damage from those Orruk Scrappers. 2 cards drawn. So 3 damage from the Fanatical Skullfiend. Looks like Hamish has got a Transmogrifying Flame in his hand. So no, we've got a Blood Fury Wrathmonger, 2 damage, 1 himself. So possibly setting up to remove the Wrathmonger at some point and trigger his last stand to get rid of the stack. So we've got Savage Stickers going in under that Orruk boss at the top and completing his first quest. And draws a card. 2 damage. 1 damage to himself. So see, Hamish is waiting for his opponent to do the damage and then applying the second effect. Opportunity Strike goes in. We've got a Spell Eater Curse for 4 damage and another 2 with the Opportunity Strike. So a nice healthy 6 damage coming his way. So back over to Dominic. 3 damage from those Orruk Scrappers. We've got a War Chanter going in for extractions and gains a health because of the Blessing. Another Orruk Scrapper going into play. So he's got a nice healthy stack there. So 2 damage. So he's just tidying up. 2 damage. Hamish will take 1 in return. I don't think that Dominic took his health from the passive ability for that one. So yeah, it's about hard enough trying me to remember, let alone when you're playing. So Hamish has both the Twitch channel and a podcast. I've added the links to the show notes. So if you want to have a chat with him about anything Age of Sigmar related, you can. And he'll love it, because he likes talking about Age of Sigmar. So it's whether or not Hamish can pull the trigger again, because Dominic started to fill his board. That Blood Fury Wrathmonger, if he can somehow trigger its last stand, will be good. So Furious Strike, that's coming in for 4 damage. Skarbrand's got 1 more to go. So Demonic Fury, what do we get? We get Outrageous Carnage, so 4 damage from that. Removes any units in the 3 lanes in front of it. Push, 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 that's what he needed. And Demonic Fury hits for 5, gives him 2. Dominic's in trouble, he's down to 3 health. So doesn't look like he's got any stacks for Gordrakk to do anything, and he's only got 1 card. So Hamish is definitely in the driving seat. 1 extra action this turn. So finishes him off. Fearless Gordrakk, Transmogrifying Flamer. Well done, Hamish. Hamish stands victorious. Khorne is loving it. Loads of skulls for the throne. Well done. Really chuff for Hamish. Fantastic. So like, subscribe, and remember Northampton's event on the 9th of March. See you soon. Bye-bye.